Hey guys, today we're diving into what might be the messiest celebrity feud of 24, and trust me, this one has more layers than an onion. Bhad Bhabie and Alabama Barker are at each other's throats, but this isn't your typical social media drama. We're talking about serious allegations, family chaos, and some wild revelations that nobody saw coming. For those who need a quick refresh, Bhad Bhabie, also known as Danielle Bergoglia, rose to fame from that infamous Dr. Phil episode, while Alabama Barker is Travis Barker's daughter. Both of these young stars have been making waves lately, but not for their talents, more for their absolutely chaotic personal lives. But buckle up, because this drama is about to make the Kardashians look like amateurs. What started as a simple case of boyfriend drama has exploded into a full-blown war, with everyone from Bhad Bhabie's mom to Tyga getting involved. We've got leaked DMs, explosive Instagram lives, and some seriously shocking accusations that are changing everything we thought we knew about these social media stars. The really wild part? This isn't just about two influencers fighting. We're talking about family secrets being exposed, million-dollar deals being threatened, and reputations being destroyed in real time. Let's start with how this whole mess kicked off. Bhad Bhabie's relationship with her boyfriend Leavon was already rocky. We're talking more red flags than a parade in China. But when Alabama Barker entered the picture, that's when everything went nuclear. And just when you thought this couldn't get messier, wait until you hear what happened next. According to multiple sources, Leavon wasn't just sliding into Alabama's DMs, he was practically writing a novel. But here's where it gets spicy. Alabama claims she had no idea he was Bhad Bhabie's man, while Bhad Bhabie's dropping receipts faster than a hot potato showing Alabama knew exactly who he was. But the real tea? It's not even about Leavon anymore. This situation has exposed some serious issues in Bhad Bhabie's life, especially with her mother Barbara. We're talking about allegations of stolen money, emotional manipulation, and some seriously disturbing claims about past trauma. The family secrets coming out, they're darker than anyone expected. Bhad Bhabie took to Instagram to expose her mother's alleged racist comments. And guys, the footage she shared is absolutely shocking. We're seeing a side of this family dynamic that Dr. Phil never could have fixed. And it's raising serious questions about what really goes on behind closed doors. Now, let's talk about something that's really raising eyebrows. The way Alabama Barker decided to handle this situation. Instead of taking the high road or even trying to clear the air privately, she went straight to the studio. That's right. She dropped a diss track. And let me tell you, the lyrics are more revealing than a confession booth. The way these lyrics expose everyone's secrets, it's about to make World War III look like a playground fight. In her track, Cry Baby, Alabama isn't just coming for Bhad Bhabie. She's exposing alleged conversations with Leavon, claiming he's been living a double life, and even suggesting that Bhad Bhabie's best friend might be involved in this mess too. The tea is scalding, folks. But here's what's really fascinating. While Alabama's throwing lyrical punches, Bhad Bhabie's mother Barbara decided to enter the chat. And when I tell you she came with receipts, she brought the whole office depot. She's exposing text messages, sharing videos, and spilling details about Leavon that even Bhad Bhabie didn't know. But the bombshell Barbara dropped about Leavon's financial situation, that's when things went from dramatic to nuclear. According to Barbara, Leavon couldn't even pay the water bill at Bhad Bhabie's house. She's claiming he's been living off her daughter's success while trying to control every aspect of her life. And get this, she says she has proof that he's been trying to fire everyone around Danielle so he can replace them with his own people. Talk about a power play. Let's dive into something that's really got people talking. The way this whole situation exposed Leavon's true colors. While he's been playing the supportive boyfriend role in public, behind the scenes, it's a completely different story. The text messages that just leaked, they're about to flip this entire narrative upside down. Multiple sources have confirmed that while Leavon was supposedly supporting Bhad Bhabie through her cancer journey, he was simultaneously trying to manipulate her entire team. We're talking about attempts to control her finances, isolate her from friends, and even dictate her career moves. But that's not even the wildest part. Remember how Bhabie kept defending him? Well, now we've got footage showing exactly why people were concerned. The security camera clips that surfaced show some seriously concerning conduct, and let me tell you, it's making everyone question why the authorities haven't gotten involved. But when Soulja Boy entered this mess, that's when everything exploded. Out of nowhere, Soulja Boy jumped into this drama, threatening to sue Bhad Bhabie for $10 million over some wild allegations. But here's where it gets interesting. Barbara, who's been feuding with her own daughter, suddenly switched into mama bear mode and came for Soulja Boy with some serious accusations about his past interactions with a younger Danielle. The way Barbara exposed these details has everyone questioning everything. She's out here confirming things that Alabama hinted at in her diss track, but adding context that makes the situation even more disturbing. Now, let's talk about something that's been flying under the radar, the real reason Alabama decided to drop her diss track. Because trust me, this goes way deeper than just some boyfriend drama. The secret recording that just surfaced, it changes absolutely everything. according to inside sources. Alabama had been sitting on some serious information about Bhad Bhabie's inner circle for months. We're not just talking about Leavon, we're talking about a whole network of people who've allegedly been taking advantage of Danielle while she's been dealing with health issues and family drama. But here's where things get really interesting. Tyga's name got dragged into this mess. And his response? Well, it's making people question everything about this situation. He's not just denying the allegations. He's threatening legal action and bringing up some pretty suspicious timing about when certain stories started circulating. And in the evidence Alabama's team just released, it's about to make everyone pick their jaws up off the floor. The screenshots, the voice memos, the security footage, it's all painting a picture that nobody was ready for. We're seeing patterns of manipulation, gaslighting, and some seriously questionable financial decisions. But the real question everyone's asking is, why did Alabama wait until now to expose all this? Some sources are suggesting this whole feud isn't even really about Leavon. It's about something much bigger that happened months ago at a private event in LA. And let me tell you, once you hear these details, you'll never look at either of them the same way again. Let's break down something that's really got social media buzzing, the way both girls are handling their public image during this mess. Because while Alabama's playing chess, Bhad Bhabie might be playing checkers, and neither of them realizes they're both losing. The PR teams behind this drama, they're literally having emergency meetings as we speak. Bhad Bhabie's been going live on Instagram almost daily, spilling more tea than the Boston Harbor. But here's the thing. Every time she tries to clear her name, she accidentally reveals something even more shocking. Like that time she tried to defend Leavon, but ended up exposing how he's been controlling her money since day one. Meanwhile, Alabama's taking a different approach. She's got this whole calculated strategy, dropping little bombs of information like breadcrumbs. But what she didn't count on was Barbara coming through with that mother's intuition and connecting dots nobody else could see. The security footage from that night in Vegas. It's about to blow this whole case wide open. We've got exclusive details about what really went down in Vegas. And let me tell you, both girls are leaving out some pretty crucial details. Sources close to the situation say there's video evidence that contradicts both their stories. And it involves some pretty big names in the industry who've been trying to keep their involvement quiet. The really wild part, some of these industry players have been orchestrating drama behind the scenes, playing both sides for their own benefit. We're talking about managers, producers, and even some family members who've been profiting off this feud. Now, let's dive into something that's been completely overlooked, the money trail. Because when you follow the cash in this situation, things start getting real suspicious real quick. The financial documents that just leaked, they're exposing everyone's true motives. While everyone's been focused on the boyfriend drama, nobody's talking about how Bhad Bhabie's fortune has been slowly disappearing. We've got sources confirming that millions have been moved around in suspicious ways, and the timing lines up perfectly with when Leavon started getting more involved in her business decisions. But here's where Alabama's story gets interesting. Apparently, she's got proof that Leavon tried to pitch her a business deal behind Bhad Bhabie's back. We're talking about a whole scheme to launch a competing brand using inside information about Danielle's upcoming projects. The secret business meetings that just came to light. This is where the plot gets absolutely twisted. Multiple industry insiders have come forward with recordings of Leavon trying to shop around Bhad Bhabie's unreleased music to other artists. And get this, he was doing this while she was in treatment for cancer. The audacity is off the charts. Meanwhile, Barbara's over here exposing how Leavon's been living large on her daughter's dime. We're talking designer clothes, luxury cars, and even trying to set up his own record label, all funded by Danielle's hard-earned cash. But the real kicker? Let's talk about something that's really raising eyebrows. The way this whole situation has exposed the dark side of the music industry. Because what started as personal drama has turned into a full-blown industry scandal. The industry executives coming forward. Their revelations are about to shake Hollywood to its core. We've got multiple music producers speaking out about how Leavon's been shopping around, claiming he has the rights to Bhad Bhabie's unreleased tracks. But here's the twist. Alabama apparently recorded some of these conversations, and the details are absolutely wild. We're talking about potential fraud, copyright infringement, and some seriously shady business practices. Meanwhile, Bhad Bhabie's cancer battle has taken a back seat to all this drama, which really shows you where some people's priorities lie. Sources close to her medical team are concerned about how all the stress is affecting her recovery, but certain people in her circle seem more worried about the medical records that just surfaced. They tell a completely different story than what we've been told. And let's talk about these alleged Vegas meetups that everyone keeps mentioning. We've got exclusive security footage that shows Leavon meeting with some pretty interesting characters, including music executives who've been publicly supporting Bhad Bhabie while privately plotting against her. The two-faced nature of this industry is really showing its ugly head. The really shocking part? Some of these same executives have been funding Alabama's music career behind the scenes, which explains why she's been so confident about dropping these diss tracks. It's all connected, and the web of lies is finally starting to— Let's dive into something that's just come to light. The real reason behind Barbara's sudden decision to expose everything. Because trust me, this isn't just about protecting her daughter anymore. The private family recordings that just leaked, they're about to turn this whole narrative on its head. Barbara's got receipts dating back months, showing a calculated plan to separate Bhad Bhabie from her money. We're talking about doctored contracts, forged signatures, and some seriously questionable bank transfers. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some of these documents have Alabama's father's business partner's signatures on them. The industry connections run deeper than anyone realized. Remember when Bhad Bhabie said she couldn't access her own money? Well, now we know why. The paper trail shows a complex web of shell companies, all leading back to people who were supposed to be protecting her interests. The offshore account statements that just emerged, they expose everyone's true colors. Sources close to Barbara say she's been gathering evidence for months, waiting for the right moment to strike. And when Alabama dropped that diss track, it wasn't just about defending her daughter, it was about exposing a whole network of people who've been profiting off both these young women. But here's what's really wild. Some of the biggest names in the music industry are implicated in these documents. We're talking about producers, managers, and even some A-list artists who've been pulling strings behind the scenes. The way they've been playing both sides, it's like watching a masterclass in manipulation. Now, let's talk about something that's been completely overlooked in this whole mess. The role of social media in amplifying this drama. Because what's happening behind those Instagram lives and TikTok posts is way more calculated than you might think. The social media strategy documents that just leaked, they prove this whole feud was orchestrated. We've obtained exclusive screenshots of group chats between various team members, showing how they've been orchestrating this drama for maximum engagement. Every post, every comment, every spontaneous live stream. It's all been carefully planned to keep both girls trending and their numbers climbing. But here's where it gets really dark. While everyone's been focused on the social media spectacle, Leavon's been making some very suspicious moves with Bhad Bhabie's business empire. Sources say he's been secretly meeting with rival companies, trying to sell stakes in her future projects without her knowledge. The contract clauses that just came to light, they're more twisted than a pretzel. Multiple industry lawyers have come forward, pointing out some seriously concerning details in recent contracts. Apparently, there are clauses that would give Leavon control over Bhad Bhabie's entire catalog if certain conditions are met. And get this, one of those conditions, if she publicly speaks out against him. Meanwhile, Alabama's team has been playing their own game. They've been strategically leaking information to make her look like the victim, while simultaneously negotiating deals that would profit from this whole situation. The way they're monetizing this drama? It's giving major exploitation vibes. Let's talk about something that just happened yesterday, because this situation is evolving faster than anyone can keep up with. The power dynamics in this feud have completely shifted, and you won't believe who's really pulling the strings. The private investigators report that just dropped. It exposes everyone's hidden agendas. Turns out, Barbara hired a team of private investigators months ago, and their findings are absolutely shocking. They've uncovered evidence of multiple schemes targeting not just Bhad Bhabie's money, but her entire career trajectory. We're talking about coordinated efforts to sabotage her relationships, her business deals, and even her medical treatment. But here's where Alabama's story